Just one cup.
I've waited for decades, but to think you'd only have one cup. What a cold-hearted person. Come to think of it, when I first met you, we were both young. I guess that was 40 years ago, when I first met this man.
Please use the Great Regression technique to send me back to the past.
The Great Regression technique, one of the great achievements of the WI family, a technique that has been researched for centuries and passed down. A technique that was close to impossible to use. I could have completed it. However, I had no choice but to give it up. The 5 materials needed to complete the technique. It was impossible to gather all of them. I'll do that if you bring me the required materials for the Great Regression technique. The Thunder Bell, a sacred artifact of the Heavenly Wind cult. The Divine Incense Brazier, a sacred artifact of the Divine Dragon family. The core essence of the 10,000-year carp. The secret demonic soul of the demonic cult. I could get the 5 million yang, but other than that, I wasn't able to get anything else. However, the man in front of me was able to obtain everything over several decades. To obtain the last material, the secret demonic soul of the demonic cult, he disappeared from the world for a long time. I thought you had probably died in some nameless, unknown valley. This is so hard to believe. How on earth did you get all those materials?
I really thought this so-called great technique ought to be damned to hell because it needed those materials. I also considered the possibility of just killing you.
I was really young when I first met him, but now he has become an old man whose hair is all white. The air around him has changed a lot as well. Was it inevitable for him to undergo that change in order to obtain the materials for the Great Regression technique over a long period of time? I finally get to ask you this. Why exactly are you trying to go back to the past?
For revenge.
Was it impossible for you to take revenge, even with your skills? To the extent that you need to go back to the past?
Yes.
Who on earth do you hate so much?
Wamugi.
All the leaders of the 3 strongest groups that supported the Murim had died in his hands. The Murim Alliance leader was killed, the Unorthodox Alliance leader was killed, and the Heavenly Demon was also killed. The strongest person across all history, Wamugi. The strongest person of this era. I don't think you can defeat him even if you go back to the past.
Even so, I must kill him no matter what. The Heavenly Demon who died by his hands was my father. I'm not seeking revenge because he killed my father, though it's also not because he killed my sly cunt of a brother. It's not a big deal for people who have given their lives to demons to be killed.
So why?
On that day, Wamugi killed the servants, cooks, and even young children who didn't know a single martial art. He even killed all the cats and dogs that were reared.
Wamugi wouldn't do that. I can't believe it.
I don't care if you believe what I said or not. In this age, I won't be able to kill him, so I must go back to the past to do that. And I'll ask him this before I kill him. Why did a person as strong as him need to kill even children?
If the Great Regression technique really succeeds and you go back to the past, can you do me a favor?
What is it?
If you go back to the past, please come and find me.
What for?
I want you to stop me from getting married. I'm not kidding. Please stop me. Tell me to live alone for the rest of my life.
All right, I promise you that.
Let's go to the place where the Great Regression technique will be used. Are you all right?
I can still hang in there. I lost one arm and one eye, but that was a cheap price to pay in order to obtain the secret demonic soul.
I did it. Are you seeing this? I told you I did it. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I promise I've definitely looked for you and tell you about the impending disaster. It's my family's greatest wish to go back to the past. It's also mine as well. I can't move my body. My demonic acupoint has been sealed.
How could you do this?
Hey.
Of all people, how could you do this?
I lost my rationality for a short instant. I'm really sorry. I know just how painstaking it was for you to obtain those materials. I shouldn't have done it.
I'm a selfish person too. I cared for no one but myself. And that was how I could gather all those materials. If you had been anyone else, I'd have killed you immediately, but I'll understand since it's you. Giryungja, thank you for waiting your whole life for me.
I'm really sorry.
What? Everything just stopped. What on earth?
You have passed all the tests.
Who are you?
The person who can send you back to the past. There's no way a human can understand the logic of the heavens. Did you think a mere creature and some materials could make traveling back in time possible? The true materials of this technique aren't the materials, but the efforts you have offered to gather all of them. You have passed the test. You have lived your life with one goal in mind as you sacrificed everything you had. And forgiving Giryungja was the last test for you. It was actually the toughest test out of everything, but you were able to pass it easily.
If I've passed the test, then fulfill my wish. Please send me back to the past.
What will you do there?
I will kill the one who deserves to die and save those who aren't supposed to die.
Is that all you wish to do when you go back to the past?
And I want to live my life meaningfully. Maybe the reason why I was so desperate to go back to the past is because I regretted the way I lived my life, or having so much anger for Wa Mugi.
What do you regret?
All of it. Ever since I was born, none of my actions were out of my own free will. They were all driven by a certain something. I was pushed around by so many happenings, and before I realized it, my life came to an end.
I'm curious about the kind of life you will live. I look forward to the new life you will have.
I'm really sorry. Oh, I know it's shameless of me to say this, but please don't forget your promise to me. You must stop me from getting married.
Stay well.
Hey, remember to do what I told you.
I really came back to the past. Father.
How long are you going to keep us waiting for, second young master? Let's start this fight.
I see today is the day of the new demon skirmish.